Yower. What up? What's good, man? What's good? We already got Sneaker Tyler Radio in the build. Clocking back in. The grind don't stiz up. Man, you ain't never lie. You ain't never lie. So this time, at least, I'm a little bit more better prepared because I already got the camera in a good angle. So when I make my video, all I gotta do is kind of flip that lens up, and y'all will have a better view. I know last time it wasn't necessarily like the best view. So you know what I said? I said I'm gonna do better. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do better. So I know the angle's weird now, but when I stand up and make my video, it's gonna be on point. So what's good? What's good, brother? What you got going on? What you got going on? What up? What up? Peace. What's good? Thanks for tapping in. What's good? See what the deal is. Let's get to live here. So, Mr. Think, I had a dream about those cave stones and the gold laces. Where did you get those laces from? Sneaker Tyler Radio. I had actually picked those laces in particular up from the Air Jordan 1. Is it called Metallic Gold? It was a women's release that they made in extended sizing. Let me get the... Oh, I got them right here. Those are the laces that came in this particular pair. See the other lace right there. And this is the shoe that it came with. Now, this is a woman's release, but they didn't make them extended sizing. So, and I just took the laces out from here. It's kind of fresh. They the hang tag is spinning on me, but it came with that little hang tag right there. Gum bottom. But yeah, this Jordan 1 right here came with those gold laces. So I just swapped them out. Kind of got like that little satin sock liner right there. Yeah. Yeah, the joints is clean. I ain't going to hold you. The joints is clean. But yeah, I just took the laces out of here. Put them into the cave stones. And set those cave stones off pretty good. Cave stones is looking all right. Let me pull that cave stone out real quick. Yeah, set that cave stone off all right. It ain't bad. Yeah, man, we gotta be I'm gonna do a little video. I'm gonna make a review. Hey, Ken Norton in the build. Yo, what up, Ken? What you got planned for today? Happy Sunday. What's good, man? Shout out to everybody who's tapped in. Shout out to everybody who's in on the build. So I'm gonna shoot this video for the Fire Red 5s. I like doing this little behind the scenes deal so that y'all can kind of get a little taste of like content creation. Like your favorite content creator, you'll be able to see what happens behind the scenes, you know, because just because it might be a 5-minute or 8-minute video or a 10-minute video or a 20-minute video, it takes way longer to make the content. Y'all just get to see the 5-minute, 6-minute, 8-minute video and be like, all right, that was cool. But if you see like the behind the scenes work or what goes into it, yeah, man, you know, we be putting in that work. That's what we're doing. So, shout out to everybody's here. Double tap that screen. Show your boy some love. I would greatly appreciate that. But let me tell you what normally happens when I go live, because I've been going live a lot recently, and this is what happens. I get to talking, and I start responding to the comments, and then I'll be blah, 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 blah. I talk so much. And then I never shoot my video, right? So today I'm putting myself on a timer. So when I hit about the 10, 15-minute mark, I'm going to zip it. Remember that, Austin? Zip it. and I'm gonna start setting up so I could get this video going. Hopefully I don't mess up. 90, I don't know. I don't want to see. I'm gonna say it, then I'm gonna watch. I'm gonna mess up in front of y'all, then I'm gonna stop my camera and then reset. 98% of the time, I freestyle all of my videos. I go for the top of the dome. I'm not writing down no script or none of that stuff. Hold on, let me zoom out. I'm not writing down no script or anything. I'm just going for the top of the dome. So typically, whenever I make a mistake, I just kind of keep flowing, whatever. I just be like, whatever. But that's how I make my videos, you know. But it's not the same for everybody. Some people got teleprompters and whatnot, like how the president be reading off the screen the words and stuff like that behind the camera or next to the camera. People have like legit teleprompters, and I'm not mad at them for it. But I'm just talking about a sneaker. So if I make a mistake, matter of fact, I made a mistake in my my Cavestone video, and I was live with that too, and I didn't even catch it because I would have corrected myself. But I was trying to compare the box to the wet cements, and I totally said white cements, and I said it like 2 times. I was like, this box is just like the white cement floors, and then I said it again, white. And when I watched it over, I was like, so all I did was just put editing, and then I just put white cement. You know, when I said, wait, I put wet cement when I meant to say, whatever, you know what I'm trying to say. I meant to say wet, and I said white. So, look, I'm messing it up again. I'm talking about it. Show me the dunks. What dunks you talking about? Actually, the only dunks I have are the Woo dunks. Those are the only dunks that I have. That's it. Oh, I'm glad you can hear me all right. I'm glad the mic is cool. Let me see. Ken said, the only thing I got to do today is go to church with my wife at 5. That's a pretty late service. At least for me, that is. That's what's up. Just going to rest and relax for the rest of the day. I hope everyone has a great rest of day. Same here. Same here. Happy Sunday to y'all. Double tap that screen. Drop me that like. I would appreciate it. I do. I appreciate it. Let me see. Let me get on real quick. Let's see what we got going. All right. Ken, sounds like a great evening. Thanks, man. I'm just hanging out, making some dinner and watching TV. Relax time. What you eating, Tyler? I'm not gonna eat dinner until about like maybe 8 o'clock, 8:15-ish. Let me see. Woo Dunks are my all-time favorite sneaker and grail. Yeah, man, I was very happy to pick up my Woo Dunks. Very happy to cop them joints, man. Yo, last night was a little crazy. You know, shout out to everybody who subscribed up, subbed up. Man, I'm even gonna have to give a shout out to the new subscribers in the video because I ain't gonna lie, I don't know, I'm probably up 100 and something subs in like the past 2 weeks. So people have been tapping in, people have been showing love, man, and that's exactly what we are here for, man. We're here for you. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I'm just kind of like enjoying the journey. I'm enjoying the process, and people have just been showing up and showing out. So I love it. Last night we watched the Canelo Crawford fight on Netflix. People tapped in, very interactive. Sam Ray jumped on the panel with us and went through a couple of his kicks. Man, it was actually, I ain't gonna lie, it was a pretty good vibe. So we're definitely gonna have to do more of those. I was even talking to Jay, kind of behind the scenes, and I was like, what if we did like a movie night? Same thing. Everybody turn on Netflix, pick a movie, whatever the vibe is, thrillers, action, horror, whatever. And we just like started the movie at the same time. We just kicked it and just watched the movie together. But I don't know, man. Like the gears be turning. I'm telling you right now, the gears be turning. So that's where we're at with it. Oh, they're making some breakfast. You got some quiche going. Okay, I ain't mad at you. Man, that's what's up. That's what's up. So I'm gonna where we at? Oh, we're only 9 minutes in. But I'm gonna start setting up here in a little bit and kind of get some stuff together. Today I'm gonna do the Fire Red 5s, but honestly, I might even knock out 2 videos because well, I'm looking at the time, right? Normally when I make a video, I post it the next day just so that I don't have to edit and do everything like chop, chop, chop. The only time I actually really do that is if it's some important information and it needs to kind of get out quick. Like just an example, let's say there was a shock drop happening in an hour or in 2 hours or something like that. then I would just kind of make a quick little video because I want that information to get out to y'all quick, right? But in the case of this review with this shoe, the Fire Red 5s, I mean, there's already a lot of videos out there on it, you know what I mean? So it ain't no rush to really publish it. However, you still kind of want to be somewhat time sensitive, you know, on it. I'm actually about to test out that theory because I flat out just have shoes that I've copped and I just never made videos on. It is what it is, right? So I'm still gonna make videos on them, and if they don't get a lot of views, at least we know why, because it's just not a popular kick. Anyway, with that being said, sometimes you can't even tell because there's been times that I made videos on a shoe like 3 weeks later, and it still gets a lot of views, and I'm like, I wonder why people are watching this. So I don't know. It is what it is. All right, cool. He said, I'm eating a late lunch. My wife is Filipino, so I'm eating beef tapa and wife. Okay. Just Human Being said, you got any KFC? So in order to respond to that properly, what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask you to rephrase that question. And if it don't sound right, I'm going to have my moderators kick you out. That's that's what I'm going to have them do. Because as of last night, we are no longer going to tolerate the disrespect. And I'm going to say that with a straight face as possible, because I think kicking people out now is going to start to be fun. So all of you people that plan on getting reckless, you can do it on another channel, because we're going to start giving you the boot. That's what we're going to start doing. I'm going to start booting people. So just a human being, if somebody want to handle them, you can help yourself. Let me see. Dang, now that I want that famous bowl. Only respectful comments in the chat. That's right. You can go ahead and handle them if you want to. All right, so let me start getting set up. And yo, thanks for vibing out. Thanks for rocking out with your boy, man. Let's go ahead and I'm going to get set up, get some lights turned on, get some lights turned off. I got to hook up my mic. Tyler, I remember you asking. I have a wireless mic. This is Rode, right? Typically what I do is I just kind of clip it onto my hat somewhere just so that it's somewhere close to me where you can hear me okay. And that's the mic that I use when I make my videos. So when I'm doing lives, it's this mic right here. But when I make my videos, I have a wireless mic. So now when I have a wireless mic, it doesn't matter how far away from the camera that I am, the wireless mic is picking it up. So that's where we're at. All of my moderators, I know Ken got church here in a little bit. Ken, you're now a moderator as well. So if anybody get reckless, guess what? You got the power. You'll do your thing. Do you have a favorite Labubu? I do not have any Labubus. I'm not into it. I don't have any. But what is your favorite Labubu? If that's your thing, share it with the chat. I'm going to go ahead and get tapped in and get things kind of set up. It won't take too long. And ultimately, even though I don't time myself on my videos, just from the way that I talk, and it depends on what I do, my average video is going to be, I don't know, it'll be between 5 and 7 minutes. So we'll see how it turns out to be. Well, they say they have all. And Gandalf said, what is a Labubu? Well, since Mimi has all of them, Mimi, explain to them what a Labubu is. All right, y'all go ahead and chop it up. Like the video. Thank you for tapping in. I'm going to go ahead and set up so I can make this video for y'all. I think I'm going to change my shirt too, actually. Yeah. Change my shirt. No hype in the build. What up? So all right, check this out. Here goes another thing I like to do in some of the videos. I like to do a little sneaker flip. Now, for some reason, whenever the camera comes on, I seem to be pretty good with my flip. So let's see if it happens today. If I drop the shoe, I'm going to keep rolling with the video and just drop it. So we're going to get a little practice flip. We'll see what happens when the camera turns on. Then when you got some skills, you do a double flip. Oh, there's that. So I ain't going to double flip it. All right. We're almost ready. Get this mic going. And we almost ready to rock and roll. He said, "Man, you must own Nike stock," which is ironic. Um, I do invest in the stock market, and my stock of choice is Tesla. I have a good amount of Tesla stock, but I don't have any Nike stock. It's funny when I think about it out loud, to be honest with you. Not financial advice, but if you did have Nike stock, it wouldn't be a bad move. It really wouldn't. I'm gonna hold you. All right, mic's on. Plug this into the phone. Check, check. All right, we're looking good. Looking good, feeling good, sounding good. Check, check. All right, looking good. Microphone check. 1, 2, 1, 2. Freak it, freak it. Freak it, freak it, freak it. A microphone, a check. A 1, 2, a 1, 2. Mic check. Mic, mic. All right. Hopefully, ooh, I might have to turn that camera a little bit. Yeah, let me turn it so y'all can see. Give y'all a view because I'm gonna be right here. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's good enough. All right, let's turn some lights off. Let's turn some lights on. And it's cool for everybody who's tapped in because now, once again, you'll be able to see like the content creation side of things to where you're gonna see like a still shot from here, but you'll see when I do my editing, it's gonna look, it's gonna have a different view and all that stuff. Put some music on it, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Do my thing. All right, here we go. Say, turn off the lights and light a candle. Turn them off. All right, about to press record, and we're gonna rock and roll. These fire red fives were readily available, just as I expected, just as I anticipated. They were readily available for anyone who was able or willing and wanted to cop these. Look, I personally think it's a fire cake, but let me know in the comment section down below. Did you even go for these joints? Holla at your boy and let me know. While I have you right there, man, shout out to everybody who tapped into the live stream yesterday. Man, we watched that Canelo Crawford fight. Man, we got it in for a couple of hours. Man, people tapped in, show some love. I appreciate you. But let's dig into these kicks. Now, the box reads Air Jordan 5 Retro OG, white, fire red, black. These retail for $215. And I'm going to share a quick little story with y'all. So, your boy, crazy. I put in a draw for DSG, right? I got the notification saying, congratulations, you scored. I had to work yesterday. By the time I got for work and I looked, it was about 12 o'clock. I didn't know what happened, but it kind of snatched it away. I said, all right, that's cool. So I went to my local mall. I went to the Aurora Mall, town center at Aurora. I'm going to put them on blast. And I went to JD Sports. So as soon as I walk in JD Sports, talked to one of the reps there, and I was like, boom, you got these in a size 13? And she's like, the largest size I have is a 12. They're sold out. Anything above a 12. So I was like, all right, that's cool. Now, I do wear a size 12, but I've been giving my dogs a little bit of extra space. You know what I mean? So I've been up and up to a 13 in certain kicks. So I was like, boom, let me try the size 12, see how it fits. I might go with a 12. You know what she told me? She said, no try-ons on release day. I said, what? She said, we do not allow you to try on a shoe on the day it releases. And I'm like, number one, I ain't never heard that a day in my life. That's number one. So comment down below again if you've ever had somebody tell you you cannot try on a sneaker for day it releases. That was number one. So number two, I was like, all right, bet. So you're telling me if I buy the shoe, right, try it on and it don't fit, and I return it, you're gonna get my money back? And she goes, yes. And I was like, that don't make any sense. She goes, well, the shoe is yours, so you own it, so you can try it on and return it. And I was like, all right, bet. So I went to Shoe Palace and picked up a size 13. Anyway, let's take a look into these kicks. We have an all-white sneaker. Now, these were retroed a few times, and from what I'm being told, because I do not have any other pair of these, I'm being told that these are actually to the spec of the OG. Predominantly white sneaker. The materials on here actually feels pretty good. When I gave like a first initial glimpse into my pair, I didn't see any glue stains. I didn't see any issues with it. But we're just going to go around there. We have this clear caging, right? Kind of cycling around the medial and lateral side. We have that embroidered 23 right there on that back heel. And we also have that Nike Air that's embroidered in there. This is just a classic kick right here. And the joint is dope. Right at the eyelets, we have the white on the bottom, but right towards the top, we have like this matted black. So I like the fact that we have that black and white right there on the eyelets. And of course, this tongue. This is not like the reflective 3M tongue, which I do happen to like a lot. However, this tongue is actually just similar to the Grape 5s. So I just like the way that feels. And this is the black tongue. On the inside there, behind that tongue, of course, we have our Air Jordan covered in that white and black. And we have that red behind the tongue, red sock liner, red everything. Everything on the inside is red. Then we got that black and red Nike Air. Look at this kick. Shark teeth there on the side. Look at this kick and tell me y'all do not like these, man. I mean, these joints is fresh. These joints is fresh and such a classic kick. On the very bottom, we got that translucent. You got that Jumpman there. Both pods with the Nike and the red. This pair, let me see, make sure. This pair did not come with any other laces. Make sure you guys check out my guy Jay Elevate's video. Jay Elevate already did a lace swap in here. You know I'm gonna do one. And he also shows you where he places his lace lock. Now here goes the funny thing. Me personally, I'm not a lace lock fan. I'm not a fan of lace locks personally, so I take the lace lock off. So y'all let me know. Do you rock your lace locks? I don't. I take them off. And I will go ahead and throw some more colors up in here and kind of see what vibes. I appreciate everybody for tapping in. Let me know, did you cop these kicks? This is an easy cop. This is the easy cop. I forecasted this, so this is kind of similar. This is sitting similar to like the grapes. We'll see if we get any restocks. But at the end of the day, only the largest sizes, even on the sneakers app, was moving like that. Actually, that sold out. These are still sitting on the sneakers app, which is more proof that 2025 has been a banger year. It's always loving this, and I appreciate everybody for tapping in. And I catch y'all on the next one. And that's it. That's how steak is done. Look at that. Q in the build. Jay elevating the build. I wasn't even looking at the comments. Okay. What up? All right, chill. I ain't asked for all that. Oh, now you want to listen. I see how it is. All right. Jay, I didn't even know if he was available or not. Should have called you. I see what the deal is. But I gave you a shout out in the video for that fire lace swap you did, sir. I synced you. What up? No hype in the build. What up? How can I get my hands on some Jordan 10s? At this point, you're gonna definitely have to hit some other sites for that one, because it ain't gonna be no 10 sitting around nowhere unless. But you know what, man? Keep your eyes peeled. Stay tuned in to the channel. We got a lot of YouTubers here, even in the chat, who got channels. But stay tuned in, because as we get information, as we hear it, we'll let you know. You never know. There can always be a shock drop that happens. You know what I mean? Cyber Monday, Black Friday, anything can go down, especially now that we're coming up towards that fall season. Then, we start hitting like that Christmas time. Hey, you never know. Restocks can happen. And as we hear things, we always share. So that's what's up. Q in the build. What's up? Had a good day today. I did not go to church today, which I normally do, but that's only because most recently I've been having some car problems. So I think I've talked to you about this. I still don't know what I'm gonna do with my car. I got my BMW sitting in my garage right now, and I don't know what I might get rid of this thing. So I don't know. Everything's up in the air. So in the meantime, I've kind of been sharing one car with the wife. So that's where I'm at right now. I don't know if I'm gonna fix it. I don't know if I'm gonna toss it. More than likely, I'm gonna toss it, but we'll see. We'll see what it is. Sig said, I can't believe. I know, that is so weird. No try-ons on release day. And I'm like, what? I talked about this yesterday on the live, but I was like, what do you mean no try-ons? Like, man, it's a shoe. What are you talking about? I can't try the shoe on? Look, when you order online, you can't try it on because, you got to wait for the shoe to come to you. But I'm here in the store where you can't try on. You don't have a pair of shoes designated for people to try on in every size. If you wanted to stick to that no trying, at least take one size of every shoe and let the people try it on then. So at least you're not taking all of your DS pairs and letting somebody walk around us. So I can understand why. They say that. So just modify that a little bit and have one pair of every size just set to the side for try-ons. So this is our try-on pair. So if somebody next to me is like, you got these in a size 13 to try on, she can be like, yeah, he can give you that shoe once he's done with it. And that's the try-on pair. Just a suggestion. If you don't want to let people try the shoes on, I guess. But for you to be like, no try-ons, that's crazy talk to me. I was like, all right, I ain't know. I was like, I'm going to Shoe Palace. So that was crazy. That was crazy. He said, get that Dodge Charger, Mr. Thing, all-wheel drive. Yeah, so my BMW's an all-wheel drive. Well, out here in Colorado, man. It'd be very wise for you to have some sort of 4x4 or all-wheel drive or something. It'd just be a wise thing to do. But yeah. So do you remember Saturday Night Live? I'm ready to pump you up. Hard facts. Hard facts. Yeah, man. Q. Last night, man, Jay and I, look, we watched this fight, right? Now, I have to say, I was rooting for Canelo, you know what I'm saying? And man, Canelo he got wiped. He got wiped. He didn't get knocked out or knocked down, but he just got outboxed, outclassed. So shout out to Crawford, man. Bud put in that work. And Canelo even admitted it. He was like, man, I couldn't figure out the style. He said, I couldn't get it. So, overall, it was a good fight. And I could really appreciate the fact that, man, even Crawford, let me tell you something, Bud utilized his feet. He put in that footwork, of course, but he wasn't necessarily running. He was playing he's playing a very tactical fight. And at certain points of the fight, he even stood toe-to-toe, which I respect. He stood toe-to-toe with him and just hitting licks. So, yeah, man, we cannot be mad at that, Let me see. They didn't let me do it because they thought my heel shaving would have been left behind. That is hilarious. Yeah, but do you always want to put your feet in some shoes somebody else got their feet in? Because some people feet be stinking right when they take their shoes off. You know what, Ken? I mean, you're right. I mean, you're absolutely right. And with that being said, all right, let me modify that statement, right? Because I'm like problem solver. All right, so have some sort of spray, like at the bowling alley. Do you know how many feet be in them bowling shoes? And I'm a bowler. I got my own pair of shoes. Actually, I bowl in Jordans. But my point is, you know how many hands be inside them bowling balls? I'm talking about people be sneezing, coughing, whatever, be gone on spilling beer and putting it right inside them bowling balls. You know, the house balls that everyone gets to use. Pause. But them balls are filthy. I'm telling you right now, they're filthy. Ain't nobody taking the time cleaning them bowling balls off when you go bowling. Or if you go to Top Golf and you're using their clubs, you see where I'm going with this. So they can have some sort of sanitizer. Boom, take the shoe off, spray it, pass it off to the next person. This is our size 12 for try-ons. Whatever. I'm just making it up on the fly. That's all. I'll just make it up on the fly. But yeah, man, shout out to everybody who's tapped in. I just went ahead and made that video. Now, I was wondering if I should make another video because I don't know how long that took. My camera's over there, my phone's. I record everything on my phone too, by the way. I do everything's on iPhone, like literally. So I didn't look to see how long that was for. If somebody want to boot fat Lutz, get some practice. Go ahead and you can go ahead and kick them out. But shout out to everybody who's here, man. Double tap that screen, man. Like with a button. I appreciate everybody who is tapped in. This beautiful Sunday, man. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. Appreciate y'all. Thanks for tapping in. Hold on a second. I got Q in the build. Hold up. Let me find a message from Q. Hold up. Q, you are now a moderator. That's it. Passing out wrenches so people can go to work and put that work in. Man, am I over here slacking or what? I ain't got no music. I'm on that slack mode. Yep. Okay, there we go. All right. So boom, this is what I still got to make videos on. I have these Awake. I got the bubble gum, the pink bubble gum 5s. I got the Awake 5s. I still have to make a video on Rare Air 4s. Had those for a grip and have not made any content on them. Rare Airs, Air Jordan 1 Unions, Jordan 1 Low Obsidians. Yep. I actually still got a few kicks here. I just never made a video on Sig. Sig, this is how I got you. Watch this. Watch this. Watch this. Got you right here, Sig. Here it comes. Passing out wrenches. Sig, you're now a moderator. Highlight somebody's name. You can get some practice. Get some practice on Fat Hoots. He put a comment up. This guy right here. Get some practice on him. You can go ahead and kick him out. So you highlight the name, it's gonna give you some options because you got the power. You got the power. Ken said, I'm just getting off of work and now working again. LOL. Let's get it. Hey, brother, look, I respect the hustle. I respect the hustle. I feel you. I feel you all the day. When there's a Jordan release in my state, the only pair they won't let you try on is the Jordan 11. Oh, why is that? I'm curious. Why is that? Is that just because of the patent leather and it starts to kind of reshape or something like that? I'm just curious why the 11 in particular. Do you think people are going to run out the store with him? Or, I don't know. Why just the 11? Hey, you see that? Look at that. History has been made. You got your first wrench. Look at that. Lighting up blue. King Midas in the build. King, you are now a moderator. You see anybody getting reckless or disrespectful to one of y'all or a panel member, you ain't got to ask me permission for nothing. You got the power. Boot him. We ain't playing no more. All right, I'm back. It looks like my internet is getting a little shady. That's right. The whole crew gonna be wrenched up. Mechanics up in here. The whole crew. All mechanics. I'm a crew of mechanics. YouTube mechanics. Man, what is the deal? So let's take a look at the let's take a look at this app again. We talk about this all the time, but I have to ask because, sometimes people change their minds. Sometimes somebody might be like, yeah, I'm good. I ain't picking up nothing else. And then, they get to looking at stuff and they're like, yeah, I'm going to grab these. All right. So now that we have the Fire Reds, the next one to come out is going to be, as far as like a Jordan 1. It says Jordan 1 Retro Low Storm Blue. That's nothing that I'm interested in. But I will tell you this, I am really looking at those Nigel Lows. Man, at better time, I'm gonna get those Nigels, man. I will. Yeah, I'm gonna get those. I'm gonna get those Nigels. Whenever that happens, it happens. I got some people kind of on the hunt looking for something that's real close to as retail as possible. So I got some people looking for that. We got the Jordan 3 Retro OG Mex. We got the Jordan 40 Dusty Rose. We have the Travis Scott Fragment, Jordan 1 Lows, of course, the Military Blue, and then end of month, we have the Jordan 5 Retro Tokyo. Now, I am beginning to already see videos about the Tokyo 5s, right? And already, I've been seeing more positive than negative, but I've been seeing some negative comments on these shoes on X. And the negative comments, ironically, is not about indirectly, it's about the shoe. It's not saying that it's not a good colorway. It's not saying that it's not a dope kick or all that. The negative comments are saying that it's a couple of years too late. That's what they're saying. They're like, nobody wants these now. Not now. We should have got these years ago. How do you feel about that? Do you think this shoe is too late? Do you think it's too late? I'm talking about the Tokyo 5s. I like that yellow. You said people take that mod stuff too seriously and ruin friendships. No, and I definitely not doing it. I'm definitely not doing it. To ruin a friendship or anything like that. The reason why I'm passing out a lot of mods is because y'all are the faithful ones that tap in, and y'all aren't always online at the same exact time. So the more mods I'm looking at it, the better. It's the better moderation I get to have over the chat. So if I'm not necessarily tuned into the chat, I might be talking, looking through the camera, or whatever the case is. And if somebody sees somebody get reckless, man, you go ahead and handle it for me. I would appreciate that, because I just don't want people getting disrespected. That's all. That's all. I definitely want everybody, man. Like, I got into thinking about this, right? Like, for me, let me tell you what this is for me. For me, when I get on YouTube, man, and like I get on a live or I make a video, like, I'm opening up to y'all, man. And like, I'm what you see right here is what you get. And for those of you that know me in real life, I mean, this is how I am, right? So I really want this to be like a safe space. I want y'all to be able to get away. You know, you might have a tough day, you might have a good day, and you want to continue to have a good day. You want to jump on a live, right? And then you tap into one of us, even somebody that might be in the comment section with you. You tap into one of their videos, and as soon as you jump in, they showing you love. They're like, yo, hey, and make you feel welcomed and whatnot. Then here goes somebody trying to pee on a parade. Somebody walking around with a bag of pee and trying to splash everybody with it. And I'll submit to you, you don't have to get peed on. That's what I would submit to you. You have to. You don't got to get peed on. You know, you tell them to don't pee over here. So that's the reason I'm passing out wrenches. Because when y'all ain't all at the same time, I still want to have moderators in here. You know, obviously be responsible with your wrench. You know what I mean? Be responsible with it. But you know what disrespect is. I don't got to tell you all that. You see somebody clapping at somebody, and I'm not talking about a disagreement. You know what I mean? Man, you're allowed to disagree, you're allowed to debate. I'm talking about disrespect. You ain't got to tolerate that. Maybe we grown. He said, no, that's not what I'm saying, but in time you will understand. Explain to me what you mean. Are you talking about like beef with people within the own? No, I mean, like, seriously, no, I actually want to hear what you're saying. We always want to keep a positive sneaker community and help each other stay happy and get these sneakers. We don't need no trolls spreading negativity. That's why we have wrenches. Oh yeah, no, of course, but no hype, like, no lie, like, explain to me what you're saying, because like, no lie, as my channel grows, which my channel has been growing, right? I've been getting more and more subs. It's only a matter of time before the channel continues to grow. So share with me your experience. Like, no lie, I'm really listening. He said M-Tip is about to blow up, and we need all the mods we can get. If you're active, reliable, and ready to help build something big, now's the time to join team. Let's go together. 100%, man. 100%. And I'm gonna be leaning on y'all. Like, I will be leaning on y'all. Like, for sure. I'll be looking forward to it. I follow a lot of bigger channels. One of them, her name is Crystal Reborn Dolls, and her lives, like, she'll tap in. She lives back in New York, and her lives, I'm talking about, like, she'll get 150,000 views, you know, during her live. So her comment section is like this, like, it's just constantly going, and people be getting reckless in there, and she really don't have like enough moderators, you know, to kind of help filter through her stuff. So it sometimes it throws her off, because she's being nice and she's picking out comments, and then she'll pull one up on the screen and it's saying something negative, and I'm like, you see, somebody should have caught that. Like, while she's talking, somebody should just be going through the chat and be wrenching people, wrench them up. He said it's too much and I don't want to type all of it, but like I said, things will happen and you'll be like, oh, that's what No Hype was talking about. All right, well, let me tell you this, No Hype, I am a problem solver. That's one thing about me. I always have been. I'm an analytical thinker as well, so when it happens, I'll deal with it. It's all good. I ain't tripping. It's all good. Like right here, I see the clan meeting taking place. So once again, if you want to come in here and talk reckless, one of the moderators, I'm gonna let you go ahead and handle that. So you can go ahead and handle it. That's what I'm talking about. There it is. You can go ahead and handle it. That's a good example from Kevin Collins. Somebody handle that. So shout out to everybody who is here. Shout out to everybody who's here. Said, yeah, bro, that's exactly what we're talking about. No goofy trolls in the chat. There it is. I'm glad Kevin joined. I'm glad he joined. It helps give a little bit of practice. Helps give a little bit of practice to how it works. I hope it doesn't, but I've seen a lot of jealousy and people ruin friendships over a stupid wrench. Sometimes it's best to choose wisely. That's the shortest, best way to put it. So, that's the reason why. All right. So, that's the reason why a lot of people actually add moderation into your channel memberships. So, I don't have channel memberships as of yet. So, in order to your point, right? If I wanted to keep that, if I wanted to keep wrenches to the faithful, right? Or the ones that tap in, or whatever what you want to call them, then we can go ahead and start a channel membership and just hand out wrenches that way. And wrenches will be included in every plan, which I'll end up having like a cheap plan, like $1.99 or 99¢, whatever it is. You know what I mean? So in that case, if you want a wrench, become a member, you get a wrench. So that's another way to put it. But I feel you. Thanks for sharing that. Thanks for sharing. I appreciate that. I need Jay to make me a mod at this channel. Yeah, you be tapping in. You be tapping in. And I don't know how Jay has his channel set up, because Jay Elevate does have a membership, you know, on his channel. And that's something that I actually do need to set up. I will. For all the people that actually want to show love, you know, do a different source or whatever. So I will set up a channel membership. What's up? How you doing? Thanks for tapping in. Appreciate you. What is good? DB in the build. What you got planned, DB? What you doing? What you guys got going on? I just made a little live video on these fire reds. So before I get to editing, obviously I'm gonna loosen these up and do a little lace swap. Like I said, man, like I do not keep my lace locks in. I just don't keep lace locks in. I don't use them. I see that Jay Elevate put his more towards the center, stops it from moving around and all that stuff. Do you guys rock your lace locks in your fives? I just don't keep them in. Let's see where we at. This next Travis shoe release is about to go crazy. I believe that. I absolutely believe that. I totally believe that. It is going to be Newts. Speaking of, do we have a confirmed date on that Travis release? I remember we were kind of looking it up, and wait, maybe it wasn't the Travis that wasn't a confirmed date. It was some shoe we were talking about. So the Travis is the 20th. I think that date was good. Maybe it was the Tokyo 5s. I remember it was a shoe we were looking up and the date seemed to have been off. No, that was the 11s. That was the Jordan 11s. So it's releasing on the 20th. All right. Let's see. Yeah, no hype. No, it's all good. It's all good. And I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm gonna tell you right now. And I'm not trying to be negative or mean either. If I have a friend that's gonna get mad at me over a wrench, you ain't my friend anyway. Let me just start right there. That's not what friendship is built off of. I'm 45 years old. I got a lot of experience out here on this planet, man. And if our friendship is off of whether you got a wrench on my YouTube channel or not, you can go ahead and move on to another channel as well. I'm not even tripping about that. I'm not saying that to be cocky or disrespectful or anything, but that's not what friendship's built off of. So I'll be okay. Trust me. I'll be more than all right. It's all good. But I do appreciate the love. I appreciate the love. I shouldn't have to. But friendship ain't built off of no damn wrench. And I'll leave it right there. It's all good. I'll be okay. I'm a big boy. I'm a big boy. We'll be all right. Let's see. You said you ready for taxis. All right. Now look. Jordan 12s this year. Has there been a Jordan 12 that has sold out? Has it been a Jordan 12 that has sold out? Because there's a part of me that will like to believe. Obviously, you see, when I say this, it does depend on stock numbers. Stock numbers does play a factor because the stock numbers could drive the hype. But I like the taxis. I don't know if they're gonna finally be like the sellout shoe. I mean, it sounds good. The French Blues sounded like they were gonna be a sellout shoe, and it wasn't. So I'm curious to see like if these taxis are gonna be like what type of cop is it gonna be? An easy cop? Is it going to be like a medium difficulty? Is it gonna be a hard cop? Or like I honestly don't know yet. It's a little early. Nah, fam. No hype. All love, fam. I'm not mad at you or nothing like that. Like I appreciate the feedback 100% and keep it up. Like don't bite your tongue. Like I love that. You're good. You're good. 100. Like I said, all love. Like trust me, man. All love. We're all right. We're good. Let me see. Taxis, Chicago lows, and I'm done. Maybe Gammas. Ooh. You see, No Hype got discipline. You see, that's that discipline right there. You said he's good. He's good. Dave Best said he keeps them in. 5s. Historically, he put the lace locks on the map, and the 6 cemented it. Yep, in my humble opinion. And you're right about stock numbers. And Nike needs to be checked about this. Yeah. I would say it depends on stock numbers. You know, I like 12s. There's no doubt about it. I wear the love out of my flu game 12s, and they're super comfortable. So I do like 12s. I did not cop the French Blues, you know, only because, man, there's just so much going on right now as far as like sneakers is just, man, we're just getting hit over the head with kick after kick after kick after kick. So I would love to spin the block and double back for them French Blues, but I still got other things on the radar, you know, so yeah, I think those French Blues are tough. I really do. Taxis, Chicago's, and maybe Gammas. No Hype. That's a solid list too. That's a solid list. And like maybe just for like content creation purposes, like I'm going for the Rare Air 11s, right? Because I want to just make that pack of the Rare Air pack. I would have to double back and get the Jordan 1 Cinnabar, the women's exclusive. I'll pick it up for the wife, you know, but make a video on it so at least I can show like all of them together or whatever. But I will try for the Travis. All right. This month alone, let me put the list so I don't mess it up. This month alone, I still have Travis and Tokyo's for this month alone. Yeah, I still got 2 more kicks for this month. Let me see. I'm 40-year-old with 50 pairs already. I have many Jordans. Do I really need? I got to be selective. If I was 20, 25, still yeah. But man, I'm on the last chapter already. And no hype, I feel that. I actually talk about this from time to time. That very thing that you said, I actually talk about this from time to time. If I was not into content creation and being on YouTube and having this particular space, I would not have as many kicks as I do. Would I have sneakers? For sure, always. I will always have kicks. But would I have as many? No, I would definitely limit myself if it wasn't for content creation purposes. And even with that being said, I can probably go through my kicks that I have here and probably find a good 15, 20 pairs of sneakers that I'm willing to let go of without even thinking about it. And that's what I'm going to start doing now in order to start copying like other pairs, for sure. We'll start downsizing a little bit. I actually think that'll be like a good challenge because to your point, like let's say you limited your collection to like 100 pairs or 150 pairs. That will be very difficult for some. And I think that'll be a challenge because then you will really start copying things that you like just were completely 100% solid on because you're like, I ain't got no space to waste. So I think that would be a dope challenge actually. I also think people probably be buying kicks behind the scenes. Oh, that's good stuff. He said, let's talk a minute on the Rare Air pack. Did Nike fumble this pack? Why are the 3s and 4s still sitting? That's a good question because I personally think that the Rare Air 3s and the Rare Air 4s, both of them are actually solid kicks. Is it because people are not necessarily vibing with the colorway, having like, that all black theme on it for the 3s and the 4s? Is it because Nike is just dropping us so many shoes that, to No Hype's point, people are being selective and saying, hey, I don't need a Rare Air 3, I don't need a Rare Air 4. But then again, I'm gonna turn around and take a peek behind me. People are saying, I don't need a Black Cat 3. I don't need an SB Navy. I don't need a Rare Air 1. I don't need Jordan 5 Grapes. I don't need a Pure Money 3. I don't need a UNC 1. I don't need an Aqua 8. I don't need a Shattered Backboard. And I don't need a Self-Expression 1. I don't need a Cave Stone. I don't need an Obsidian 1 Low. I don't need a Jordan 1 Union. Man, I just named off a lot of kicks. I don't need a Firebird 5. Oh, and I didn't mention nothing about the Undefeateds, but we know how those are moving. So Undefeated and Brick by Bricks. So those aren't even in that conversation. But I mean, like, that's a good question. Chat, what do you guys think are the reasons why? Are they just dropping us so many kicks to where it's like, let me do the math on this really fast, really quick. Obviously, this is without the exception of a Jordan 1 because a Jordan 1 retails for $185. We know that. But let's just say your average sneaker is $200 per kick. If you buy one shoe a month, that is $2,400. And that's one shoe a month. That's having some discipline and saying I'm going one a month, and that's $2,400. If you're picking up 3 a month, times that by 3, we're at $7,200, and that's at an average of $200 per shoe. We know that's on the low end. That's very much so on the low end. Man, oh man. My bad, I had to think about that for a second. Wow. No Hype said it's different for content creators for sure. All right, no doubt. I can't wait for Mr. Think. I can't wait till Mr. Think gets monetized because that means that the money will go more to sneaker reviews and we'll have more. Mr. Think, possible sneaker reviews. Let's go to the road to monetization. I appreciate that, Tyler, because you are absolutely correct. You are absolutely correct. That would be a way for me to acquire more. It'll be a way for me to give back more. Because like just as an example, and I'm not saying this like for nothing outside of like this is just a flat out truth. I went for those Yu-Gi-Ohs, right? Not a fan. I was into. I would love. When I say not a fan, I'm not talking about of the sneaker. I think sneaker's dope, but like that's like a pair like that, I'd raffle off. I would get it, do the review, have the card and all that stuff, and I would love to bless one of y'all with it. Like, but like a true fan of Yu-Gi-Oh. I'm using that as an example. Like, it's not something that I would keep. Like, it's not something that I'm into. The sneaker itself is dope, but if there was like a true fan, like, yo, I'm a huge fan, this, that, third, I would love to let that person get their hands on this kick and not hog it up, if that makes sense. But I'm just using that as an example because there's going to be a certain point to where I most certainly do want to give back, you know. So outside of just giving a review and content, I definitely want to be able to give back. All right, well, Bobby says, brother, sometimes I super glue my thumbs to my nipples and pretend I am a T-Rex. Now that is some short arms right there. David, amazing question. I limited mine to 50 and 60. Last year I went down to 25. Now I'm back up to 40 and only gonna cop 6 or 7 pairs next year. Right now I'm done. Yo, that is some discipline. Like, straight up. That is some discipline right there. And it's so hard to answer that question because the rare air 3s and 4s are some of the best kicks that came out this year. So that's crazy to hear you making all those and they're all released in 1 year. That you're naming. My bad. That's so crazy to hear that you're naming all those and they're all released in 1 year. Yep. That's why I had to turn around and take a look. And I mean, there's even some things that I still haven't copped. That's even the craziest part. I still didn't cop everything. You know, obviously, like, I got Ferrari 14s. I didn't say those because, you know, those are sitting, obviously. I should have said white cement 4s too because those sat around for a grip. Like who would have thought like a white cement 4? You know, we talked about this. Imagine going back a couple of years saying, hey, you know, in 2025, man, we're gonna have white cement 4s, and they're gonna be readily available. Like, you can go into the store and just pick them up if you want them. You know, imagine like talking to your younger self about that. That'd be crazy to think, but it's true. It happened. The most beat the Diamond Turfs are definitely gonna go tomorrow for me. All right, no doubt. I think what it is more than anything is Nike found a way to make sure kicks sit and are available if they want them to be. And no hype, that is factual. You know, it's a way to kind of clap at resellers. You know, I'm pretty sure there's somebody, you know, or more than one person on that Nike team who's saying, we retailed these for $215, and you telling me right now this shoe's going for $700? You know, on these other apps, like, people are really spending that much for it? Well, we're gonna increase our prices. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna capture a little bit more of that market share. And then we're going to flood the market with the shoe to make it readily available for people to cop them, so you don't have to go that route. I see that. I think it's a dopamine rush from the vault being open because of Nike's greed. That too. Now, let me say this. A lot of shoes that I have, I don't have older versions. Either I've had them in the past when I was younger and I got rid of them, or I never had them at all. So with that being said, I can see how people that do have older pairs, how they're like Skip Goes Hard. Prime example, Skip Goes Hard said, look, I got when these dropped, 2016 is it? He said, I got the 2016 pair of these, I don't need 2025, I'm good. And if that's your take, it makes sense because you're like, I already got that shoe. All right, it might be a newer version, it might be a different shape, or, you know, it might have some little differences, minute differences on it. But at the end of the day, I got that shoe, I don't need it. So now that 2025 has been such a great year for me, like, I can see, like, I'm just going to use this as an example. Let's say 10 more years to drop us another Flu Game 12s. I don't need them. I tripled up on the Flu Games. I gave one of the pairs to my employee, so I just gave him a pair for his birthday. His birthday was on Cinco de Mayo. But I'm using that as an example. I still got another pair. I got a pair that I dog out, and I got a pair right here, so I don't need. So 10 years from now, I'm like, yeah, I'm good. I don't need another Fluke Game 12. So then I'll have that discipline to be like, yeah, I'm good on Fluies now, you know. But I'm just using that as an example. When you have these shoes, like Jay Elevate, he had white cement 4s. His was dead stock still. My man held on to him, and then he was able to cop again, and then he unDS'd them, you know. So 10 years from now, when they come back out with these white cements, if they do, I'm just using that as an example, 15 years from now, whatever, man, you're going to have people like me be like, yeah, I'm good on those. Not because it's a bad shoe. I don't need it. My bad. Let me run through some comments here. I'm talking too much. All right, let me see. When you do the math, it makes you think. Yeah, you ain't never lying. See, I really want to get monetized enough to where I can make enough for one new Jordan every month. Hard facts. Like, just imagine, like, you can acquire a free shoe. That is a very good goal, Tyler, because I'm on that same. I'm on that same time. Yep, you can do it. So thank you, Jay. You're my inspiration. I probably is about to buy other brands. I'm probably okay. Sig, whatever brands do you like? I'm really curious. Now I love Jordan 1s, but I'm super selective with those because you'll go broke trying to cop all of the Jordan 1s. You ain't never lie, because they drop a lot of colorways in ones. No hype for real. Something I could be on that Avia budget. Hey, I'm telling you right now, man, you can start a whole YouTube channel and spend $2,500 and you heard me give the example, one Jordan a year at $200, right? Man, you can have 100 pairs of them Avia joints. Man, that I saw his vid for the Black Tongue, hilarious. Yes, sir. Is there a Black Fire Red 5? Let me see. DB said, but I said it was gonna sit. Great call. And DB, like I said, that was really just me looking at StockX, seeing what they're going for, in combination with how many stores were gonna have these, and I was like, oh no. Now, I'm not really sure if there was a lot of hype getting driven, you know, by the reseller, bigger YouTubers who probably had these early. I don't know who was hyping them, to be honest with you. But Fire Kick, it is a fire. I'm not gonna lie, Jay. I was really feeling the black laces in it, but I was also really feeling the red laces. And with this predominantly white overlay here, both of those colors really just pop. It just really does. It really does. I thought the black laces were going to be too much, being that the tongue is black, but the entire tongue isn't black. So, well, should I say the entire tongue part there isn't black. So even with the black, it offsets, man. It looks dope over that caging. It really does. Yeah. Hard facts. We got shotty backboards sitting out here in Colorado too. When I went to Shoe Palace, I should have took a video of it. They had UNC 1s available. They had Aqua 8s available. Pure Money 3s. Shotty backboards. Obviously Thieves. Cave Stones. What else? Like big shoe they had sitting. But they had a few. Oh, the foam posit. The what is it called? The Volt, like the black and green. It's called like green black Volt, something like that. They had the foam posit sitting. Yeah, they had quite a few. Got a salute going there. Sig, I like that as well. Well, maybe I missed one. I think he was asking about what other brands. See, Tyler, I really need Adidas still. It's a New Balance. I wouldn't mind getting a pair of a New Balance, use it for like walking shoes. I've been working out a lot, and I've been going for these walks. So I used to wear New Balance when I was a kid, but that's when that's way before they were even like even dope like that. So no, I say you grabbing another pair. Man, shout out to everybody who's tapped in, man. I appreciate y'all. I'm going to. It's already 4:34. I would like to kind of run a little bit of B-roll on this and drop a video on it so I can have some content fresh for either later on today or maybe even tomorrow. I'm not sure if I'm gonna have time to do another live tonight. I have work early, super early in the morning. And my hours, look, shout out to y'all because my hours, just because y'all are tuned in, even kind of chatting with each other, even when I'm doing my sneaker cleanings, I'm not talking too much, like y'all been tuned in. So it's really been y'all. Let me tell you something, y'all really have been helping me out. And I'm on this journey, and I have quite a bit more to go. So I'm gonna keep putting in that work, like straight up. I'm just gonna keep putting in that work. Big 10, I have Superstar Adidas. I mean, custom from 2015. Sneaker, yep. Before I got to shoes. Alright. I'll fire red fives. That's a sneaker. You know when you can't go wrong with Superstar. Yay. No hide the Vans be fired. I hear you though. Yeah, my daughter loves Vans. Love them. My daughter loves Vans. Man, it is always love on this end. Shout out to everybody who tapped in. You know, I appreciate you. I'm gonna go ahead and knock out this content. Maybe I'll after I get that done. I want to get this done. I want to get it posted and get it out there. So maybe I just drop something else tomorrow as well. Because, like I said, the longer and longer I wait on these shoes, the more I think that, you know, it's not gonna get any clicks and views. But then again, if it does, it doesn't really matter. I'm still gonna put the review out there, so it's all good. Shout out to everybody who have tapped in. It's always love on this end. Like the video, subscribe up. I know all of y'all already tapped in and subscribed, so it's all good. Stay tuned. I will be gone for a couple of days because of work, so I'm just not gonna be around. And I was telling my brother, I was like, I feel like it's gonna throw off my momentum because I've been going live every day, multiple times a day for like the past like 8 days. So it's gonna feel weird not tuning in with y'all. So with that being said, I might bring my computer with me while I'm working, and then I can still jump on the live. You know what I mean? So I've been thinking about it. In the meantime, I'm gonna go ahead and tap out so I can get these shoes posted. And when you see that video drop, show boy some love. I'd appreciate it. All right, get back to work and show us that magic creation. I know I was clowning the other day when somebody told me that he was like, bro, is that a green screen you got back there? And I was like, yeah, this is all green screen. Like, I don't have any of these sneakers. So a little movie magic going on. I was having some fun. Good looking out, no hype. Always love, fam. Sneaker Tyler DB, everybody who's tapped in. Sig, salute to everybody. Let me knock out this content. Because y'all know how I am. I'm a talker. And I stand here and be talking to y'all, then I won't get my work done. So let me knock out this work. Always love.